Hello YouTube, this is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta, South Carolina. Well, it came today, my new Sightmark Wraith Mini, 4K Mini. This is resolution is excellent on this for the videos. I can't wait to get this mounted on my rifle and get it unboxed here. Anyway, it came from Sportsman's Guide. We got it here in a short period of time, and it's boxed in here. I hate these things. There it is. That's the Sightmark Wraith. Sightmark is a company based out of Texas, and it is an excellent company. There it is. That's beautiful. Okay, we'll go ahead and open the box here. Take a peek inside. And we'll open her up and take a look-see. See if everything's here. Be right back with you, probably when I get it mounted on the rifle. Catch you later. This is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta, South Carolina. Be back with you when it's mounted. Bye-bye. Hey YouTube, this is Rick, Black Rifle. Back at you with my little AR-15 pistol here with the Sightmark Mini on top here. It's all zeroed, ready to go do some pig hunting. And the lower profile of the Mini, it just makes it so much lighter. But you have no mount here as the HD had. You got to mount the flashlight somewhere on the rifle rather than on the scope. With the Wraith you can mount it on the scope. With this one you can't. But there's a battery that slides in here that's an external battery, and you pop it on the rail. It clips right on the rail, made by Sightmark, and it plugs into this little port right there. See that little port? Plugs right in there and powers the scope. So it powers it longer than the two little batteries that are in there. They're 1, 2, 3 batteries that are in there. So it takes two of them and powers a scope for about 4 hours continuously, and then it'll go dead. So I would say you'd be safer at 2 hours, and then they go dead. So I don't leave it on. What I do is I scan with a monocular, and then when I see the hogs, I turn the scope on, and then I start. I push the right button after I turn it on. That starts recording. So I start recording then. And you got a bunch of different reticles, bunch of different colors of the reticles. It's got the zoom, it's much clearer. This is 4K, so it's a lot, the images are a lot clearer on this with this one than they are with the HD. But they made a lever so you can move this ring here. I wish they made the lever for the Sightmark HD that you could buy as an option, and then clamp the clamper on it and then screw the screw on, and it should hold. And then you can move it back and forth whichever way you want to go. Maybe they'll come up with that in the near future, I don't know. You might just do away with the HD and just have the 4K Max and the 4K Mini. I don't know. I wouldn't do that. I'd keep the HD because The HD sells for about $375. I've seen them as low as $375. So you can have one for about $375, and they take 4 AA batteries. So they're a lot cheaper than the 1, 2, 3 batteries. But they don't recommend using rechargeable batteries in their scopes. You can use the rechargeable 1, 2, 3s in the light, the IR light, because this light eats them up bad. So that's the only bad thing about that. But I have external light that goes on a rail under my other AR-15 that has a 24-inch barrel, the Overwatch rifle, and it goes on the rail that's underneath, and it's made by Streamlight, and that's a real good bright IR light, and it really reaches out there quite a ways, so lights up the night. Well, with the Sightmark Wraith, the Baba Yaga will fear you because you could see in the dark with it. Probably one of the best IR night vision sights that I've seen as far as clarity and the optics go, as far as clarity to the image you're viewing. I wish the AM PVS-4s were that clear. As you military people know, that PVS-4, man, you're lucky to see 25 yards in front of you. You know, even with the IR light on, you still don't see so well. Anyway, with this one, you really see good. I haven't got a chance to go out and hunt with it, but it is zeroed. I went to the range and zeroed it. I bore sighted it. Maybe I'll take some videos in the backyard and put it on there, and then when I do go hunting, I'll make a hunting video and have a follow-up to this video. But that's it right there. I got another new rifle in, and I'm waiting to get the optic in for it. Waiting on ammo and a magazine for it too. It's a 350 Legend 20-inch barrel. I got a A2 stock, A2 lower receiver that it's set up on, and I'll be going to the range and zeroing that with the new Pulsar scope. Right now I put the HD on there, the HD Wraith. It's on it now, but it's not zeroed. I just took it off my 357 Magnum rifle and put it on the, I had a lever action Western style rifle, a Marlin 18, I want to say 1894. I think that's what it is. Anyway, it's 357 Magnum as a pistol cartridge and lever action, and I had it zeroed with 180 grain flat points. It was pretty accurate. I enjoyed that rifle, but my friend that I traded an AR to traded that rifle as part of the deal, and a pistol and some other stuff, and I'm going to trade him back because he purchased the 350 Legend for me, and from what I've seen of that 350 Legend, it's impressive. You hit a hog with it, it knocks him right off his feet. I couldn't believe it. It was unreal. That 170 grain bullet coming out of muzzle at over 2,200 feet per second, and hit that pig and just bowled him right over. I'm using 180s. I've ordered some hunting rounds, 180 Winchester soft points. So we'll see how that works. I'm going to get the most accurate round I can, and that's the one I'm going to hunt with. And I will zero that thermal. I'm getting a Pulsar QX34, I think it is. Anyway, it has color reticles, and it does different colors of, rather than black hot or white hot, it does different colors, does red, green, blue. So it does a bunch of different stuff, and it records, whereas my ATN Thor AT or LT, it doesn't record, and the picture's clear and all, but it's just not what that Pulsar is. The ATN is about $850. I think that's what I purchased it for at the Sportsman's Guide, and I got a bunch of options free with it. I got the mount and the external battery pack and the little battery pack bag that you hang on the rifle and all of that, and you can hang that on this. You can actually hang it right here and plug it in right there. Wouldn't be a problem. That'll work too. But I like the Sightmark because it pops right on the rail, on the pick rail. It just put it on and it clips right on. And you got your extended battery life. So it'll use, when you got it plugged in, it'll use the external battery power source before it uses the internal source. So it'll go to the external source first and use that up, and then you got 2 hours with the 1, 2, 3 batteries, or 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is there. But this is the little pistol, and that's what I chose to put that on. But I think if my 300 blackout and my 450 or 350 Legend will have the thermals, and then the pistol, I may put the HD back on this pistol and put this mini on my full-size AR, the 24-inch barreled AR, and it'll lighten that up a whole lot by doing so. But pistol is pretty accurate, you know. I mean, I'm not shooting over 100 yards, so I'm not really worried, as you would think. But it's a lot more accurate than you could believe. I'll tell you what, it really really reaches out there and touch them for a little 10.5-inch barrel. It's got a 5.5-inch flash suppressor on it, so it makes it 16 inches. So it's a 16-inch barrel on there right now. So that thing is pretty cool. And I got the longer flash suppressor to reduce the muzzle, the brightness of the muzzle flash, and it really did work. You know, I was impressed that it did work. And it puts all the sound out the front, even though it's got a slot all the way around it. So that's what I'm using on this. This is, like I said, this is a hog gun. They're made, they're set up to hunt hogs. And you know, I hunt from a ladder stand 21 feet in the air, and hogs come along and they come to the feeder. A light turns on the feeder that's 50 yards from me, and I just zero in on their ear, pow, and it's done. I mean, hit them right in the ear, or just below it, or just behind it, in that vicinity. And it always puts them down. Out of the 300, I'm shooting a 110 grain bullet. Out of this, I'm shooting a 68 grain boat tail bullet, hollow point, Frontier Western. It's Hornaday ammo, and it's got a bolt tail, and it's a hollow point, and it's 68 grain, and it's hollow butt. So when it hits, it puts them down, hits them in the head. So I was shooting them with 50 grain ballistic tips. So VMAX bullets, 50 grain VMAX by Fiocchi. That was setting them down pretty good too. I pretty much think anything in the head will put the hog down. Because I've shot him with the Velociter 22 long rifle, 40 grain hollow point out of a 22 long rifle from 60 yards out, and it put every one of them down that I've shot in the head. So that's quite a few of them too, over 100. So taking over 400 hogs altogether in 1 year's time, that's pretty good. And then 56 coyotes in 1 year's time. I think I've killed 60 coyotes so far altogether in the past 3 years. So there you go. So Rick, Black Rifle, I'll be back with you when we do some hunting with it, or we look around in the backyard with it. Just depends. If I get a chance to get out and get some hunting, we had a freeze last night, so they got pretty cold, so I imagine that'll keep the animals moving around, and the corn on the ground is going to be really enticing to them. They're going to be really hungry because they get a shiver to stay warm, and they can't stay warm without that food. That food is fat, and right now they're in the acorn groves, so they're eating up all the acorns in the woods. So now they'll be venturing down to the feeders to get in the corn. So they'll be going back to the corn from the acorns. So we'll see how that goes. This is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta, South Carolina. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.